Hello everyone, this is my tutorial on assembly language programming where I'll be guiding you all for writing a 16-bit code with the help of TASM as assembler and 64-bit code with the help of NASM as assembler. In a very first video, I'll be showing you what will be a life cycle of 16-bit assembly language program with TASM followed by 16-bit assembly language program with NASM. So the flow will be like this. First we'll be checking the basic C program life cycle, followed by 16-bit assembly with TASM, followed by 64-bit assembly with NASM. And I have taken one simple code to demonstrate you the life cycle, and in the further videos then we can go into the detailing of specific TASM code as well as NASM code. So the program I will be using is write a C or 16-bit assembly or 64-bit assembly code to print success on console. First, let us try to understand how we can do it with the help of C code followed by 16-bit assembly with TASM and 64-bit assembly with NASM. So let us move into the discussion of life cycle of basic C program. I'll be showing you this with the help of Turbo C. So I'm right now on C drive of my machine and I'm moving to the Turbo C directory followed by bin directory. I'll be deleting all the files with the name A, and if we observe the directory structure with respect to file name A, it shows that file not found. So let us move into the Turbo C ID and let us open a new file. We'll be writing a simple code including the support of stdio.h for my printf function, main entry point of a C code followed by a printf statement to print success on console. So let us save this code with a.c and let us observe the directory structure again. So earlier there were no files with name A, but now we have the file name with A and extension is C. If I try to run this code, I get a response of illegal command because I cannot execute my source code because machine can understand only zeros and ones. So I need to follow the process of compilation so that this C code can be compiled to be converted into zeros and ones. So let us move into the Turbo C. I'll be selecting a compile option. After compilation with zero warnings and errors, compiler is happy with us. So let us come on to the DOS prompt again to check the directory structure, and you can observe both the scenarios. After the compilation, we got one more file added, and that file is a.obj. If I try to run a.obj file, I get the same response of illegal command. So I need one more process on the code so that the zeros and ones of printf can be linked with my main code, and this process is linking process. So with the zero warnings and zero error, linker is also happy with our code, and if we observe the directory structure again, we can see that one more file is added into the directory structure, and that is a.exe. And if I run a.exe, success is printed on the console. So right now on my C drive, on my secondary storage, I have a.c, a.obj, a.exe, and when I give the command as a.exe, my program is taken from secondary storage and loaded into the main memory, and then microprocessor executes it with the help of fetch, decode and execute. I can execute it with name A as well. Now if we observe tc.exe, this is the file which is working as a compiler, and tling.exe is the file which is working as a linker. So in the entire life cycle, my C program goes through compilation process, linking process and loading process, and then it will be executed by microprocessor. Now for observing the life cycle of 16-bit assembly code, we'll be using TASM as assembler. Right now I'm on C drive of my machine and moving to the TASM directory. I'll be using a normal DOS based editor to write my code into, but you can use a WordPad as well as Notepad also. But don't forget to save your code with the extension as .asm. So before writing the code, let us check the directory structure and delete first all files with the name A, dir a dot star. There are no files with the name A now. So edit a dot asm. Asm stands for assembly language code. Right now, please do not focus on to what are the code lines I am writing. Here my complete focus is on understanding of life cycle of my 16-bit assembly code with respect to TASM as an assembler. So don't worry about what are the code lines I'm writing, because I'll be explaining each and every line in more detail in my further sessions. So let's see the proforma. I'm writing dot model small dot data dot code start followed by end start. This is the basic proforma of writing your assembly language code in 16-bit. I'll be using a variable named as message success followed by dollar, and here in the code lines x comma at the rate of data move ds comma x move h comma 09h move dx comma offset of message interrupt 21h move h comma 4ch of interrupt 21h. Once again I am saying that please do not focus on to the code lines. Will be explaining each and every line in more detail in my next video. So let us save the code and see the effect into the directory structure. We have the file a.asm. If we try to run a.asm file, definitely I get a response of illegal command because microprocessor cannot execute the source code. So here we need to go for assembling the code. Now for assembling the code, we have the command as TASM, the name of the assembler, followed by the file which you want to assemble, a.asm. The Turbo Assembler version 3.0, it says assembling the file a.asm, no errors and no warnings. So let us see after the assembling what has been changed into my directory structure, and we got one more file inside the directory structure along with a.asm, and that is a.obj. If we run a.obj, it gives the response of illegal command, and for this purpose I need to convert this a.obj into the executable file. So we need to go for linking of this particular file. So command is tlink, and I need to give the file name which I want to link, so that is a.obj. So here linker is happy, but it gives us the warning as no stack. Don't worry about this right now, I'll be discussing this in my further videos. If I observe the directory structure again, after linking we got two more files created. One is a.exe and the other one is a.map. So if we run a.exe, we got success printed on the console. So again, just similar to my C program, I'll be able to observe the life cycle in 16-bit assembly also, where TASM is responsible for converting my a.asm into a.obj, and tlink is responsible for converting my a.obj into a.exe. If we observe TASM.exe, it's an assembler, tlink.exe, it's an linker, and td.exe is a turbo debugger, which I'll be explaining in debugging process further down the line in next few videos. So let us see 64-bit assembly language code demo. Here I'll be using the NASM as well as Ubuntu. You can do the same codes with respect to Fedora as well as Red Hat. I'm using gedit to type my code, and I'll be using the terminal to give the command for assembling and linking of the code. So once again I'm saying that let's not worry about the code lines which I'll be typing, because I'll be explaining each code line in very much detail in my subsequent sessions. So let us see the new file, and here I'll go with writing a proforma as section dot data, section dot bss, section dot text, global underscore start and underscore start. This is the proforma of writing the 64-bit code. Here inside section dot data, I'll be using one variable with the name message db, and the message that we want to print as success. Here inside the section dot text, I'll be writing a code move rx, 01h, move rdi, 01h, move rsi, message, move rdx, 07h, and syscall. Again move rx, 60, syscall. My code is ready and I'm saving my code inside my programs as a directory on desktop with the name as a.asm. So if we observe my program directory, we have only one file, that is a.asm. Definitely we can't execute the a.asm, we need a process of assembling this file. So right now I am on to n infinity. So let's go to desktop followed by my programs, and here I can give the command as nasm, the name of the assembler, followed by the option -f. We want a very specific format, and the format is ELF64, executable and link format. ELF, executable and link format of 64-bit, and I want to assemble the file as a.asm. So now if we observe after the assembly, what has been changed to the directory structure, an object file is added here, and now I need to link this particular file to get into the executable file. So let's see the command ld-s strip out unwanted code -o. I want to generate output module, and the name is a with a.o. And here if we observe, we got the executable file that has been created over here. And if we run this file I got the execution as success. So again I can say like nasm is converting my a.asm into the file a.o, and ld command, link command, is converting my a.o into the executable file as a. So let us see in summary. We have written all the three codes to print success, one with C, one with 16-bit assembly, and another one is with 64-bit assembly. And to summarize, I can say like if it is a .c program, we are writing a.c, which is compiled to get converted to a.obj, which is linked to get converted into a.exe, and this is loaded into the main memory, and then microprocessor executes it. For compilation we use tc.exe, for linking we use tlink.exe, and exec loader is responsible for execution of this particular file. For 16-bit assembly language code, we could be able to see the same kind of life cycle. A.asm is assembled to give us a.obj, which is linked to give us a.exe, and that is loaded into the main memory and executed by microprocessor. Assembler that we have used is tasm.exe, linker is tlink.exe, and followed by exec loader. In 64-bit assembly also, we have seen the life cycle as a.asm is assembled to give us, here the file name is different, a.o is linked to give us file name is different, that is a is loaded in the main memory, and then it is executed by microprocessor. Again, I'm using NASM as a assembler, LD as a linker, and exec loader is loading the file into main memory. I hope you understood the life cycle and comparative analysis of C 16-bit assembly and 64-bit assembly, and here we are in the ready position to move into the detailings of 16-bit assembly code as well as 64-bit assembly code. So please subscribe for the channel so that you can get all the updates about the next assembly language programming videos that I'll be loading onto my channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.